Hey everybody, Lorelia here, coming to you with a very powerful video. Something that I said that I am going to do more of, to educate the public. And that's why I said what you do not know about business credit and funding. If you're new to this channel, my name is Lorelia. Not new to the conversation of credit. I got over 400 videos here on this channel that have reached 500,000 people, talking about this particular topic. And the reason why I wanted to talk about it, because a lot of times many of the videos that I do here are really developed and stemmed from the conversations and the consultations that I have with other people. So when I do these videos, I'm always careful to not disclose identities and, give you a scenario of what I see in the marketplace and why to address it. Right now, we're in a very convoluted space, a convoluted space in the sense of people are looking at business credit as a mystery. And so what I'm saying to a lot of people is really against the grain of what is being said in the marketplace. And so that's why I said, what you don't know about business credit. Let me just start with the relationship of you dealing with someone like myself, a consultant, and your ability to get funding. And I can only speak for myself, but I want to be able to do this video to give you a scenario, because everything that I do, I try to do in education so you can apply it to your situation. Because like I said, don't take my word for it. You do, you do the research, you do the work. When you are desiring business credit, there is a relationship that is formed. Now, you may go to someone similar to myself who is a consultant, who, like I said, can't speak for anyone else, but I can only speak for myself. My goal, and this is what I see with the underwriters that approve the individuals that I work with. This is what I know for certain with the lenders and the underwriters that work with people that I recommend to them to get business credit. They are looking at, depending on the type of funding you get, they are looking at your W-2s, if you have them. They are looking heavily on credit scores. And if you have a business, once again, depending on the type of lending you get, my videos in the future, I'll give you examples of different type of lending and loan programs, and where a W-2 person would fit in, and where a business professional or a business owner will fit in. But the main objective, it's always based on credit. Now, this is where the gray area comes in at. Because one may say, well, how do I know to listen to you, Lorelia, or to listen to the person who is telling me that I can get all this business funding and there's no personal guarantee and no one is looking at my scores? And this is my answer to this. All business credit is not created equally. All business professionals are not created equally. With that being said, I'm very clear with who I want to work with and how I can help them. I've said in many videos, if a person knows they have scored, they have a low credit score, low 600s, anything below 640, they don't have a high income, they don't really have business credit, and then the only thing, and then and get this, and then they may have gotten some credit restoration, and the person did the magic trick, the fraud letter, the affidavit, to get everything removed off their credit, and now they have no credit mix. And so all they have right now is this Open Sky card or this Credit One card for like $300. That's it. And they think magically they are going to get a lender who's going to lend to them for $500,000. I mean, $50,000. It's not going to happen. There's no lenders that I work with. They're going to lend on that. The underwriters are not going to look. I'm not even going to present it because I am really careful about the relationships that I foster and I'm trying and that I've created in the marketplace. Now, I've said in many videos before, and that's why I said everything is not created equally, because what may seem like a lot to one person is not a lot to to another person. Anything below 20,000 in credit or funding, save yourself the money. You can do it yourself. That's right, I said it. You don't need no tricks or no treats. You don't need nobody to do no authorized lender and then create a shell corp and all this other stuff. That's small beans. 20,000 K in credit ain't big. But the problem is that it goes back to urgency. See, the person who thinks that 20K in business credit is a lot is the person who 9 times out of 10 got a 590 credit score. They don't have a job, and they are wishful and thinking that someone is going to lend them money or nothing. Now, I always say, would you lend to you? With what I just created, with the profile I just said, a 560 credit score, you don't have a job, you're wishful in thinking that you're going to get this business and you're going to blow it out the water, but you want somebody to lend you money over 20K, over 50K. It's not going to happen. So understand that there are business professionals who are in the space, credit, lending, or what have you, and they may do all these tricks and treats about, okay, we're going to get you the authorized user, you're going to create a shell corp, and you do all these crazy things. And when I talk to people and they tell me they only got like a $5,000 credit card, they ain't even get no type of term lending. Ooh, you don't know what that is, right? So you ain't even get no term lending. You ain't even get no personal lending. The person just got you a $5,000 credit card. Really? Okay. That's why I said all business lending is not the same. Every professional is not the same. They're just not. So that's why when I do a consultation, it starts with a questionnaire. And right there is my vetting process to even know if we're even going to have the business funding conversation. Because there are things that the person, if they're serious, they're going to answer it truthfully. And if the answers are there truthfully, then, and they say, I got a 610 credit score, I don't really have no job, I'm in between jobs, but I'm looking for all this business lending. I already know there's nothing that I can do. And when I say I can do, meaning that I am not going to present that file to a lender to get funding. Because at the end of the day, remember I said in the beginning what you do not know about credit. I am not a lender. I'm not an underwriter. I don't push no pins. Most of these people who are in this space, they are not lenders. Now, they may have relationships. Like I said, I can't speak for them. I can only speak for myself. So I have relationships with lenders who do provide funding for individuals, but they have a criteria. So why would I spin my wheels doing all this work knowing that the credit file is not credit worthy to getting any type of funding? All I'm doing is putting your hopes up that you're hoping that you're going to get some money. And then you go through all this stuff, because at the end of the day, there's documentation, W-2s, all this other stuff. and then you don't get any funding. And what happens is that the lender comes back and says they need some work on their personal credit. So then people get mad at me or agitated because I am recommending that. Because remember, I'm very clear with who I want to work with. I'm looking to work with people who are north of 680 credit score, who have healthy W-2s. They may even have a healthy business that they can verify. And now we can have a mature lending conversation. And this is what I also know. The underwriters and the lenders, they're not looking at EINs. I mean, not EINs. They're not looking at net 30 trade line accounts. So that's why I said, what you don't know about lending is because you should start the conversation. And I've said this in videos. I've said this in other videos. And whether you go to your bank, your lender, you need to ask them what their criteria is. Because this is what I've noticed, is that people who are, like and I'm going to call it out, race. People who look just like me, they want to vet me and all this other stuff. But then when you get in front of the lender, who can be of another persuasion as in race, all of a sudden you got lockjaw. You ain't asking no questions. You not curious about nothing. And so what happens is that if you do not educate yourself on the lending process, all it does is hinders you. Because I'm not going to bamboozle nobody and tell them that I can help them get business lending or credit for a $5,000, $3,000, $2,000 credit card. Like that's not even that. You can do that on your own. That's why I provide the education here on this channel. And I say credit to cash flow. Rebuild your credit. How do you do that? You want to do it for free? Got the videos here. Have over 400 videos. You want education, more of a structured approach? I have do-it-yourself program. You want somebody to hold your hand, you want somebody to do it for you, I have something for that. But at the end of the day, credit is king. People are making decisions based on your financial habits. Just because somebody did a credit affidavit, David, or a fraud affidavit, David, to remove some items off your credit report, and now you got this $300 Open Sky card, or this $300 Credit One card. Now you think you a boss. I'm gonna go and get me some $30,000. Ain't nobody lending on you. You only got a $300 credit card, and then you think somebody gonna lend you $30,000, and you ain't got no job, no nothing. They don't even know what your credit habits are. It's nobody doing that. It's nobody doing. I'm not gonna sell you that. I'm not selling that. So that's why I say every credit professional is not created equally. So when I may recommend that you need personal credit enhancement, I mean, do it for yourself. Even if you don't decide to do it and work with me, do it for somebody else. Because you got more leverage in the game, whether you try to do anything. Because at the end of the day, people look at your credit as character. And I understand everybody has a setback. I get it. But unfortunately, when it comes to lending, when you're asking somebody to provide to you, thank you, the Alpha, when you're asking somebody to lend you money, unsecured money, get that unsecured, meaning ain't nothing securing them giving you money. All you got is your word and what you did previously with other money. And you think people gonna lend to you with a $300 Open Sky card and you looking for 30 or 40,000? Save your money. Do yourself a favor. Educate yourself. Whether you listen to me or someone else, educate yourself. Give yourself time. Rebuild your credit. You will see how easy it will be for you to get your own $15,000 to $20,000 in personal credit. And you can leverage that to do other stuff. but to really think. Because like I said, I know I'm not doing it. I don't provide that service. If you're someone who is serious, and you may know that I could do a little work on my personal credit, but I got healthy W-2s. I'm looking for some guidance, that we can talk. But I'm not going to BS you and sell you on, pay me $2,000, because this is the other part. What people don't understand is that they really have a relationship with the lenders and the underwriters. And this is the gray area, because nobody wants to talk about how they get paid. The lender pay. It's just like you going to a mortgage broker. It's just like you going to your bank. When you go to your bank and you try to get a loan, and many of the people who watching this video probably can't even go to the bank and get a loan, but I'm going to give you the scenario. If you were to go to your bank and try to get a loan, the person that you talk to is not going to say, pay me $1,500 to fill out this application and I'm going to send it to underwriting and get you a loan. No, they're not going to do that. They may have a salary, but they also get a commission. So every loan that they're able to get approved, they get paid by the lender. The lender pays them a commission. So they're motivated to see you win. So it's the same thing. My goal is to know that if I spend time with people, anybody who knows, that who has talked to me, who has worked with me, know that I go, way beyond what you may see in this video. Don't get me wrong. Some people may have worked with me and they were not at the level of understanding the information that they were given and that was poured into them. And so some people just take it for granted. But if anybody who's worked with me and know the information that I could provide to them, it is a benefit for me to know that if all your financials are okay, I know you're gonna get approved. Because there's a benefit for me. Like, I don't have no problem. Like, I'm not here doing charity. I do these videos because I do know the videos can help. Because you could take my information, and now when you start talking to all these business funding and credit professionals, you can now begin to vet them in a professional way. When you talk about, well, how are you compensated? Oh, well, I take upfront money. My fee is $2,500. And I'm not here to say that they cannot charge what they charge, but understand what you're paying for. Because a lot of people may charge a certain, and they are giving you some value added services. Maybe they are helping you, with some, I don't know. You see what I'm saying? Because even though with my business, there are some things that go beyond other areas of credit, and yes, those are value added services. So I never believe that someone should be doing something for free. But understand, I also know that a consumer doesn't have to. Now, are they doing it? Yes. But I do know a consumer don't have to. That's why I said I do these videos so you can educate yourself, and now you can start vetting people. But like I said, thank you. Thank you. Thank you to Alpha. Thank you. I'm glad that you said that. You did that. Then you can start having conversations with people and ask, okay, well, how are you compensated? Because you paying $1,500 up front, and you really don't know. Like, you just don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. Like, oh, I really hope I get some credit. I really hope. Because I've said to people, well, how much funding do you want? A lot of people don't even know. I just get what I can get. No, you don't want to start no relationship off with that? Seriously? You gonna get on the phone with the lender, put that on the application? Just give me what you got. I'm just lucky if I can get anything. Just give me something. No, you need to know what you can get. And a $2,000 to $5,000 credit card, just that ain't it. That's not it. You can do that on your own. With some hard work, some reading some books, you can do that on your own. But when you start to really get into some areas of, like I said, $35,000, $50,000 lending, and the list goes on and on, people looking at your credit mix. People want to know how you've been paying your bills. Are you a woman, a man of your word? Because that's why I said all credit professionals, we're not created equally. So that's why, that, like, I'm clear to tell people, I don't do no tricks. Nah. This ain't the channel for that. No, I don't sell no trade lines. I don't do no shell corps and all this other stuff. That ain't here. Nah, I'm not going to sell you on that. Because I've had people who came to me and they've paid for all that, and all they got is they got less than $10,000 in funding. So you did all that for that. That's why I said half the time people don't even know how much funding they got. Oh, just give me some credit. I take anything. Just give me something. Just give me something. And that's why I said when you're in that space, like, that's why I said a lot of people, and I did videos on it, people don't even know the power of credit. People don't know how to leverage credit. And that's why I'm showing them. If you really just want credit to make sure you can, buy a home, get a car, take your Disney vacation, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not frowning on people. Well, I can't say the alpha, if that was a bad move. Really don't know what your goals were. Don't know if, but if you feel like that was a bad goal, a bad move, I'm sorry to hear that. That's really it. That's all I have to say. I'm going to be doing a series of these videos because, like I said, one thing that I know a person can take away from it is education, and you apply it to your situation. But like I said, don't try to, like I said, people want to try to come for me and want to vet me with $10,000 questions, but you won't go to that other person, this, that, and the other, because they don't look like you. So now you ain't asking them no questions. Now you're like, I take what I can get. Just give me some. So once again, this is Lorelia. Like I said, if you still know that you need some work on your personal credit, the links will be below this video. But if you feel like you are at that stage where it's like, okay, I'm interested in having a conversation about credit, I do have a short questionnaire for you to fill out to see if it's a good fit for me and you. I can tell you right now, some people have got a little agitated. Like I said, if you fill it out truthfully, and I see that, I've had people say, well, what is this? Is this a personal credit consultation? 9 times out of 10, if you're not where you need to be at and you're working with me, it is. Because like I said, I'm not going to waste no energy. I'm not going to have you hopeful and thinking that you're going to get 30, 50,000 in business funding, and you got a $300 and $500 open sky credit one card. Like, I'm not even going to fool you on that. Like, I'm not going to do that. But some of you, know that you all are at a certain point, and you want ready to have that conversation. Go to cashflow.yourmoneymentor.com. I am noticing there is a problem, something with that link. I gotta call my domain provider and look into that, because it's taking a long time. But other than that, I will have, once this video processes, I will have the direct link underneath this video. So once again, we're not all created equally. I don't do no tricks. I don't do no treats. No, this is not one of those things, pay your authorized user to get some things and shell corp or whatever. This is a true lending relationship. Me making sure that you have a good credit mix, that you have a healthy credit file, and that you are mature enough to really now go to the next step where your application and all your credentials can now be given to a underwriter. That is the relationship that I'm in. So let me say that again. You got a healthy credit mix. I'll do videos on that. You got nice credit scores, and you're now ready to go into a mature relationship and now go into getting business credit, business funding. But if you looking at your credit report and all you have is that open sky and that credit one card for $300, if you know that, and that's the only thing on your credit report, or that cap one, and you thinking you're gonna get all this business funding, like I said, That's and that's all you have. Now it's a whole nother type of conversation if you say, oh Maria, I got some real estate assets or whatever, because now you're going into more of a secured conversation. But for the unsecured conversation, for person who want unsecured funding, meaning nothing is collateralized, nothing, they decisions are being made purely on the fact of you and your ability to repay. It can't be done. Let me just say this. Not that it can't be done. I'm not interested in presenting it. Because all it is going to be a waste of your time. And it's going to be a waste of my time. And what I find is that those individuals are really harder to work with. They really are, because they're not willing to take advice. They're really uptight about anything that you may propose. They're not coachable. They're just really in a space on edge. And so it's like them against the world. And those people are really hard to work with, because things would be so much better if they lighten the load, take a deep breath, and really just decide to learn. And a lot of times that's what a lot of people just need to do. They need to go through a stage of learning. Don't pay nobody. Don't pay this one. Don't pay that one. Don't pay me. Just be in a stage of learning and understanding. And then once they get there and they're doing some of the work or whatever, and remind you that part of it is not, it's not easy, because we live in a microwave society and people want it now, people want it fast, and they just trying to do whatever they can who's going to promise them the quick fix. And what they find is that the quick fix didn't happen, and all they did was put out north of 1,000, 2,000, or what have you. And if they did get some lending, they really only got 3,000, 5,000. If they lucky, they may have gotten 10. That's small beans. That's why I said they talking chocolate, I'm talking cheese. Like we ain't even in the same space. We not talking the same language, because for some people, them getting $5,000 to $10,000 in funding is real big stuff. And I'm here to tell you, I did plenty of videos where I've told people they can do it themselves. They can learn how. So like I said, links will be below this video. You could go to cashflow.yourmoneymentor.com. But other than that, I'll have the direct link under this video. Like I said, and let's talk. Let's talk, because people have asked me for this, and I have been cautious with doing it. I've said that I have did it offline. This is the stuff that I do online. I've been cautious online because I know the type of individuals who do watch this channel, and a lot of them who do watch it are credit challenged people. But I am noticing that there are some people who reached out to me, and they are at a different spectrum. That's right, Either Alpha. Quick fix turns into a long fix. You right about that. Either Alpha is so right. Like, you'll know how many people have said, and I talked to so many people, they like, oh, I reached out to you about a year and a half ago, but then I was watching this and I pivoted, and now they back to the same spot. So like I said, this is the stuff I do offline. And and I am bringing it online. I've talked about credit to cash flow. A lot of people weren't receptive to it because they mad, because I'm telling them they have to work on their personal credit. And the only reason why I say that, because it's only a benefit to you. It's like sky's the limit. When your personal credit is good, sky's the limit. Like it's so much to your disposal, especially when you have a healthy credit mix. Like like people just don't know. And I'm not talking, like I said, that fraud affidavit these people are doing with these personal credit repairs. They removing everything off the credit report, and now this person got, like I said, that $300 Open Sky card, and now they gassing them up, thinking like, yeah, you gonna get this, you gonna get American Express, you gonna get this. Person, they get nothing. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Like I said, looking forward to talking to you. I also have a personal a personal Facebook, or not personal, a private Facebook group centered about round credit. Thankful for you, and I am the only one. Thank you, Eda Alpha. I've always spoke truth. I will consider myself the credit contrarian. Because I don't do no tricks or no treats. Like, I see the stuff that people are saying, and don't get me wrong, it depends on where you at. Like, if a $3,000 or $5,000 credit card, tickles your fancy, 5,000, ooh, I's great, I's winning now. If that tickles your fancy, then I can understand why people fall for that. But I guess I'm talking bigger stuff, and I really try to get people in that headspace. Because it takes the same energy that you're putting on trying to do small little stuff, these little credit cards or what have you. I get it if you're starting off. If you're doing, that's what I said, you could do it yourself. Small credit cards grow into bigger credit cards if you're if you are responsible with your credit and everything. But to pay someone $1,500 to $2,000 or whatever you're paying, and the only result is you getting is a $5,000 credit card, you could have saved yourself the money. That ain't even a return on your investment. But like I said, people don't want to do money math. People don't want to have a money conversation, because what happens is when you're in a place of lack, and most people are, they're in a place of lack, and they're in that space of, oh, I just hope I get some credit. What kind of lending can I get? I got some U-lines and some Granger cards, net 30, and I just hope I can get, that $50,000 in funding. Nah, that ain't gonna happen. It's not. Nah, it's not. So once again, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I'm looking forward to talking more about this topic. You've all asked for it, and now I'm going to serve you with it. And I hope you got your seatbelt on, because like I said, what stuff I'm talking about is very mature conversations. No tricks, no treats. Some of it's gonna go over your head. I recommend that you do your research after you hear me talk about it. So it will even help you to develop your understanding of how this space, really, really works. So once again, this is Lorelia. I'll talk to you in the next video. Looking forward to working with all of you.